Sawadee krap. Welcome to All About Thailand by me. Dual pricing at government level in Thailand. This was always a huge and hot topic, but now it has a recent relevance since last week the Thai government proposed to introduce dual pricing for foreigners for Thai hotels. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. So the thing is, this is not from your local Phuket taxi driver who comes up with the idea to scam you or to overprice you for a ride. This is from government level. So this is from the government at government level, and let me to quote you Thai government spokesperson Kun Traisure Thai Saranakul. So she said, Thai Tourism and Sports Ministry plans to ask hotel operators to implement a dual tariff structure under which foreign visitors may be charged a rate similar to the pre-pandemic days, while locals may continue to enjoy discounted rates. And this is to maintain our standards and services for foreign tourists, which affects the perception of the country's tourism brand rates, which being reduced during COVID-19 will be maintained for Thais to sustain the momentum of domestic tourism. Now you got it. Now you got it. So this is all to I don't know, get Thai tourism back, Thai economy back, or for the faster recovery of the Thai economy. But me, as a person who loves Thailand, and I love Thai people, and the more I can visit Thailand, the happier I am. But even if me, who hears that, I don't know, hits a nerve in the head and says like, wait a second, then I can imagine people who usually critical about Thailand or Thai government, or I don't know, things about Thailand, then this is gonna be the level for them which says like, okay, are you bloody serious? Are you serious about that? And this is happening on government level. So I was wondering, and I have to say again, Phuket taxi driver. So Phuket is very, very famous about overpricing things for foreign tourists and stuff. And it happened, I remember, on the 1st of April when the Phuket sandbox being introduced and opened, the Phuket reopened. And on the first day, one of the first passenger who sat in a taxi, the taxi driver tried to scam the passenger. For years, during the lockdown, they had nothing to do, nothing to eat. There were no passengers, customers, tourists. The western part of the island, the western side of Phuket was completely dead. And you would think, as soon as the country opens, then the taxi drivers or anyone who's thinking to scam people usually, they would think, you know what, I'm gonna be grateful. Now I have someone sat in my car since 2020. No one sat in my taxi since 2020. Now I'm gonna be gracious and I'm gonna give the best service. No, they try to charge bloody 2,000 baht for a ride from the hotel to some other place. And so what I wanted to say about it, what should I expect from an average Thai person who that's what he or she does for a living, if the Thai government itself, not just closing their eyes or encouraging people, they coming up with a proposal for this. Even before we had dual pricing, museums, some places you can visit as a tourist, it was dual pricing. And how does it feel for certain people? I don't know. You have to put up with it if you want to visit Thailand, and I was putting up all the time. And you know what, it's all about to get back to recover Thai tourism after COVID-19. And because government says foreigners enjoyed discounted prices during the pandemic. Yes, because no one visited Thailand. No one came to the country. There was 500 in 2021 when the country finally started to accept 2 flights a day with a maximum of 250 passengers. I know I was on one of the flights, so maximum 500 people could enter Thailand, including returning Thais. And that time, yes, if you were lucky, you enjoyed a discounted price at hotels for quite understandable reasons. And now the Thai government is trying to come up with this. By the way, hotel associations already protested. They already disagreed with this proposal. So I don't know if it's gonna go anywhere. But still, the idea to do a price foreigners, it's not like I understand if I go to a village shop or anywhere, and if the seller says, you know what, I'm gonna charge the guy instead of 30 baht, 50 baht, and yeah, that's all right, whatever. Does it feel good? No. Do I understand? Yes. The perception about foreigners in Thailand is every foreigner must be a millionaire. So no exceptions. If you come to Thailand, you must be a millionaire. So I'm entitled to dual price, overprice you with, my products, my services, to introduce dual pricing. It's quite fairly justified in the mind of Thai people, because they think about foreigners like every foreigner must be wealthy and a millionaire, and they have money everywhere under their skin. So the problem is, what do we expect from an average Thai person if the Thai government comes up with such a good ideas, such a good proposals, and even the hotel association says, no, we didn't ask for it, and we don't want to do that. Tricky. You know, again, let's talk about the exact example. I visited Thailand. If you're familiar to my channel, you know I visited Thailand during the pandemic a few times, and yes, it happened. I quite fairly enjoyed discounted prices, and it happened that no one offered me those prices, and I'm quite sure I overpaid at some places. But you know what? I know that they don't have to, I don't know, throw it in my face, don't have to put it a big sign, you are a foreigner, I'm gonna charge you. I'm gonna put dual pricing. No, I don't need that. I know people will do their best to get as much money out of me or others. Not all of them though, not all of them. Sorry, I talking about this if it was a general thing, if every Thai would do that. No, it's not the case. But if it happens, I will say, all right. You always have the right. I mean, you can always say no. So the bad thing is when people throwing it into your face, like you are rich, you are a foreigner, you must pay more. I'm gonna charge you more. And if this is happening on government's level, then that's not good. And if that's how the Thai government trying to foster the recovery of tourism in Thailand, are they joking? Right? I don't know what to say. And still, on the top of that, the country is still not fully open. You still need the test. You still need this. You still need that. By the way, I think it's not a bad thing. Like tourism insurance fee going to be introduced or planned to be introduced. Before you say anything, because today's subject was quite upsetting, I know. Before you say anything, it's gonna be only 300 baht. When you arrive, you pay 300 baht and you are insured. Nothing else. I think it's a fair price, and yeah, I say I have no objection about that, or I don't have anything against that. 300 baht, fair enough. I'm gonna be insured. That's fine. But to get out on government level this dual pricing. So if the hotel associations come up in Thailand with the idea, I would say they are greedy, but that's how you imagine a hotel association or a business society. But if the government comes up with such a thing, what should I think? So, all right, let's think about something else, because I don't want to finish the video with this totally bitter feeling, but it is what it is. I really hope the Thai government going to withdraw this whole idea, but I'm hoping no one ever gonna come up officially with this kind of idea, because even if they say, you know what, scrap it, we're not gonna do that, still people know about it. People know that's how the government's mind works. They want to, I don't know, squeeze as much milk out of the tourists as possible. Foreigners, not even tourists, foreigners. So it's for foreigners. If you live in the country, if you do volunteer work, if you're doing charity, you don't have any income, you living on your savings, you living up your savings, you still have to do, the dual pricing still applies to you. That's the thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you are rich. There are wealthy people visiting Thailand, but most of the people, most of the tourists, and I'm quite sure about that. Most of the tourists visiting Thailand, they are basically in their own country below the average in income wise, and they come to Thailand because they know they're gonna have a wonderful time for a little bit cheaper than back home. And the Thai government basically trying to milk those people, those tourists. It's not even, it would worth a video itself, this new idea about the 10 years kind of, they don't call it elite visa, but it's kind of an elite visa because you need to invest between 10 to 25 million baht to get this visa. It's a 10 years renewable. It's amazing, by the way. It's just, do you have 10 million baht? Do you have 25 million baht? I'll be honest, I don't have. So I'm already disqualified for this beautiful new visa. So people who really, really love Thailand and they want to, let's say people who want to move to Thailand, want to live in Thailand, they want to do that because they love the country. So people who are going to invest and 10 million, 25 million baht or so, they gonna use the visa like, you know, whatever, this weekend we can go down there and yeah, we're gonna have a shopping spree down there. And people who really love the country, who really appreciate Thailand, really like fans of the country, then they are gonna be the ones who getting let down basically. Anyway, I wanted to change the subject a little bit, so anything positive today? I don't know. Still, endemic still hasn't been declared in Thailand, so the country is almost fully open. So it's just always the last step. It's probably not gonna happen for now. Anyway, the country is almost open. You just, even if you're not vaccinated, you just need a proof of a negative COVID-19 test, and yeah, you can enter the country. So that's really good, and I really hope many of you already in Thailand and having a wonderful time over there. If not, then yeah, consider buying your ticket right now. And yeah, I really hope my next video gonna be much more positive. And I really hope you don't mind I made this video. Usually I'm very positive, very supportive about everything, basically anything and everything about Thailand, because this is all about Thailand. And yeah, I just really hope I can get back with some very positive video next time. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave me a comment, help to grow the channel. I appreciate your time, and as always, thank you so much for watching. ขอบคุณครับ สวัสดีครับ